Next up on my Steam library, I'm playing Mu Complex. Mu Complex is a text-based adventure hacking simulator. You play via a terminal, a computer screen in the game, and you're given some instructions on certain commands to use, and you simulate hacking other computers around the network to find certain bits of information on those computers to be able to hack more computers. Now, I don't want to say too much about this game because it's got a really ingenious gameplay element to it, and when you first realize that, you kind of just have an awakening sort of moment, and you sort of realize, oh, the game wants me to do this. And I don't want to spoil that surprise for anyone because for me it was quite a moment. So I won't go too far in depth of what you actually have to do. Just to say that it's basically a puzzle solver, and the game will present you with these puzzles, and you will have to take steps to solve those puzzles. But they will really involve thinking out of the box, and they aren't your regular sort of in-game sort of puzzles the way a lot of games present them to you. It's split into two episodes, episode 1 and episode 2. You get them both with the product as it is now. Although I believe at the time they came out separately. The puzzles in episode 1 are fairly straightforward. You should solve them without too many problems. Just a bit of thinking. But the puzzles in episode 2 get fiendish. Absolutely fiendish. They are some of the best puzzles I've seen in a game. Like I said, but I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to reveal like one of the core elements of the gameplay in this game. But suffice to say that I was just staring at the screen, just dumbfounded for quite a lot of the time until something clicked and I realised what I had to do. But even then, I'll admit I did have to resort to looking at a walkthrough more than once just to get through it. But the impetus was there. I wanted to get through it. I wanted to see what the next puzzle was. There are some frustrations because it's text based. You are doing a lot of typing. Episode 2 tells you that you can now press tab to autofill commands and file names, but it didn't tell you that in episode 1, and I think I tried it. I can't remember if I tried it or not, but it didn't tell you that in episode 1, so I don't know if it worked in episode 1, but episode 2 right at the beginning tells you that you can hit tab to autofill commands and file names, so that takes a lot of typing out of it. But there's no star for wildcards like you could do in a regular terminal. So there is a lot of typing. There could be some modernizations, like there's no mouse. Well, there is mouse input sort of, but you end up with the window in the game that your terminal window doesn't resize to your monitor's resolution, so it is quite small, and it does involve a lot of scrolling up and down to see text and things that have already been displayed on the screen. Its asking price is $5.99, and I think that's a fair price for it. I completed it in like a bit over 5 hours. And like I said, I did have to resort to looking at a walkthrough a few times. How long it takes you to complete will be dependent on your mind. I tell you, if you've got a mind like Alan Turing or Richard Feynman, then you might solve these puzzles pretty quick. But if you've got a monkey brain like mine, then a lot of your time will be spent just in complete confusion. But it is really, really satisfying when you do solve the puzzles. It is very, very satisfying, definitely. So yeah, $5.99, fair price. If you ever see it in sale for less than that, even better. Okay, so that's Mu Complex, text-based hacking simulator.